my crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are terrific. I've been watching all your comments. I can't believe how many of you are in here. This is crazy. I want to say hellos and hugs to Carmen and Dawn and Norma and Karen. And who else do we got in here? Not Nightbot. You'll have to excuse him. Sorry about him. Teresa and Julia. And who else do we have? I saw a lot of new names tonight. So, and I'm so happy, Hi Di, that you all are talking to each other and saying hellos and hugs to each other and giving each other love. That makes me happy. So, and it makes me happy that hi Paula, that you all constantly show up for me, even though I don't have no clue. Like, what we're going to do tonight is not probably going to thrill you too much. I really just wanted to hang out with you all. Because I just really have not been feeling very good. And I just have got to get it together. I want to show you all. I did get caught up today. I spent the whole morning. Hi, Paula. Did I say hi, Paula? I spent the whole morning trying to catch up because I was days behind on the watercolor, World Watercolor Month. So I'm going to show you, but once again, I have to tell you, you're not allowed to laugh when you see these because they're kind of, I'm a beginner with this watercolor stuff. So just keep that in mind. Dawn says sometimes she's napping. Dawn? Sometimes I'll be napping too. Let me tell you. For sure. I've been napping a lot lately, actually. Aw, Dawn. Anyways, okay, so where I left you was with tired. That's where we left last time. Home, I did it this way because I felt like I didn't really know what to do. I didn't want to just really draw my house. And I like this. I have this on a lot of stuff, so I thought, I'll just do that. Norma said she would never laugh. Aww. And Di sits on her hand. I don't know. Di, I've got a trick for you here in a minute, by the way. Okay. Turtle. This was my turtle that I did. I think I put that one on. I did those two before I got sick. Spicy. I did this. And you know what? I put, don't laugh once again, but I put cinnamon on it. It smells really good, by the way. Just to give it kind of a spice look. I thought that was kind of funny. Rumble. This was my rumble. Because that's what came to my head when I saw that word, rumble. I was like, what am I going to do for rumble? Let's get ready to rumble. I thought. Ay, ay, ay. So that's what I did for that. Cavern, I just did it dark with a light source really kind of in the middle. I was like, Cavern didn't really throw me too much. I hope what's a trash bag? Oh my gosh. A cinnamon makes great grunge. Yes, it does. You like the rumble, Karen? Thank you. I was trying to put the light on this stage. I didn't feel like doing the like wrestler guys, but I was like, it needed to look like a wrestling ring, right? Vinny's told me this one looks like the Olympics, but I was trying to kind of go off of, Don had said about rubber bands, so I just threw a bunch of rubber bands on here and traced them, and then I painted them in. That's all I did on that one. Dusty, I had to do Dust Bunny, you know. Gotta do a Dust Bunny, he's too cute. And my geode, this is my geode today because I was just running out of steam, to be quite honest, and I was like, okay, that's that for today. But I did put salt on here to kind of give it that crystallized look. Can you kind of see that? Wait, you see it? I did put salt on there on the watercolor to do that, and I used some of the shiny watercolor around it, but I was running out of steam by that point, so I was like, okay. Oh, Karen, thanks. It's my amateur. But hey, it's my first time, and I'm having fun, and that's what matters. And yeah, I had fun. I was like, even when I wasn't feeling good, I was thinking about the prompts and like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the prompts? And then the Rumble one, I like woke up in the middle of the night dreaming about it. So I was like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do for that one. When I feel better, I'm gonna do it. So while I was not feeling well and watching everybody, I watched all of you. You all have just got me through it all. Thanks, Dawn. She likes that I used the salt. I probably saw you or T or somebody else use it, I'm sure. I did not come up with that on my own. There's no way. Um, but anyways, while I was thumbing through the channels and watching everybody, I saw somebody and they were using washi tape um, to make boards, and then they were cutting images out of it, and it kind of gave me this idea. So I was like, well, if you didn't want to use washi tape, you could use all those scraps that you have, that I'm constantly telling you all that you need to save and use. And you can make a master board with them, and then you can cut shapes out of them. And I went through my stencils and looked, and I have all kinds of like stencils that have shapes in them. Like I've got the butterflies, and I've got these cute little people that actually was brand new. I had never even opened it. And this kite, which is what I cut this out of. I traced it and cut it out. This came from one of the kids' things, but there's like flowers and sunglasses and hats and bows and stuff. This one has like ice cream and candy and stuff. But then there's just like, stars and crosses and palm trees. And this one I think is a book down here, which would be kind of cool. And I think that one's a shark, although it's been torn. That's a fish. Starfish. That looks like a tent. Like, we all have stencils like this, right? That are probably sitting at the bottom of our stencil thing that are just like, there's a teddy bear and a snowflake. So, you kind of get my drift. And if you don't have stencils, you can just cut images. And then you can put them on cards or put them on the fronts of your tags or do with them whatever you want. But anyways, I thought it was kind of mindless and it would be something that I could handle tonight. You like the ice cream? Good. Yeah, the ice cream is cute. I don't even know where these are all really old. These are like from my paint days. Well, I probably bought this because for a while my kitchen was all cupcakes. Imagine that, right? Me, have a kitchen full of cupcakes. But, yeah. So for a long time, my kitchen was cupcakes. And so I had cupcakes on everything. And that's probably why I bought that one. But that was a long time ago. So I like to change it up every once in a while. Now my kitchen is not. Now my kitchen is like country kind of themed, I guess is what you would call it. But you like how I got into watercolors, right? I am enjoying them. I really am enjoying them. It's something different for me and not something that I'm, really very familiar with. So it's really out of my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm learning or trying to learn, and I'm having fun doing it. And I get like, Karen said, that's really what matters is that I'm having fun doing it. I kind of want to do this book. I want to trace this book on this one. So I thought I would just show you this, and then, like I said, I'm not reinventing the wheel tonight, folks. I just still really don't feel that great. I think I figured out that, see, I'm on this thyroid medication, and my doctor upped it a while back. But when he upped it, he also told me that I wasn't taking it right, that I needed to get up in the middle of the night and take it. So I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I take this pill every night. And lately I've just not been feeling that great. And last night I started to feel better. Like in the evenings, I do start to feel a little bit better. And then I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I take that pill, and then I feel horrible. Like I get a headache, I feel nauseous, I don't want to eat. Like I I just want to sleep all day. It's really bad. So I'm like, I think that it's the medication. I think it needs adjusted. And so I messaged him today when I realized what I thought. At first, I thought I had norovirus. I thought I had all kinds of stuff. Because actually, Sophie and I did actually leave the house, and we went out Friday and ran some errands. And it was like after that that I got sick. But I do think it's the medication, and so I wrote my doctor, and we'll see what he says. So hopefully he'll, you know, run some blood work or whatever and get it fixed, and life will go back to normal, and I will be happy again. But, you know, it's just all those fun things, fun parts of getting old that, you know, we just all unfortunately have to go through, and, you know, that's that. Nothing exciting. Nothing earth-shattering. Just, you know, old age. Fun, fun, fun. You just gotta love it. And it's a good thing I have a sense of humor, because otherwise, I don't know. That's for sure. Hi, Debbie. Oh my gosh, who else am I missing? All kinds of people. Look, I'm really messing up the chat, because I'm just talking and talking. Okay, did I say hello to Teresa? And let's see who else has come in. I said hi to Di. I know I said hi to Garmin. I said hi to Paula. And oh my gosh, Nightbot is a little chatty. Nightbat, I'm probably just gonna need to get rid of him, because now I have Dawn actually, and she does a really good job of plugging things in when was needed and all that good stuff. Norma loves a Dust Bunny. Thank you, Norma. Aww. And who else did I see? Hi, Debbie. Debbie came in. Okay, I think I'm caught up. If I missed anybody, just put your hand up or something, and I'll say hello to you. I was gonna try to get Sophie to come in and help me, but I think I made her angry. So, there's that. Teenagers. I was out of line. I just wasn't feeling that great, and I was like, I snapped at her, and I shouldn't have. And so I did go and apologize to her, but I wasn't going to ask her to come help me after that. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it on my own tonight. No problem. No worries at all. Yes, Dawn, I'm replacing Nightbot with you. Biddy Penny made me a moderator this morning. I was like, what? I don't know how to do any of this. That's why I was so glad you put that in, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm watching on TV. Oh, but I don't mind. Anyway, I can help. And if I'm in there anyways, I don't care. Anyway, to be helpful. Right. Oh, I forgot to show you Di. Di, are you still here? Have you left me yet? Has she been like, this chick is like, I'm done with her for the day. She's been, I was hanging out with her at like 5 o'clock this morning. Dawn is great, Karen. Yes, she is. She's terrific. Oh, there she is. Di, look at this. I found this guy when I went out Friday. He was hanging out around outside, so I had to bring him home with me. Maybe you can get her to read chat for her. What do you think, Di? Do you love him? I think I'm going to try to decorate him. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be able to, because he's got some kind of gloss all over his paint. But Dawn said she knew it. I couldn't resist. I really want to draw abs on him, to be quite honest. And I don't know, give him some, he needs some color for sure. Debbie said he needs to visit Mama Juju. Hey, I've been watching Mama Juju. I've been watching like her. I've been watching the replays of her stuff. She's got a kind of cool style, but I have questions about that. Like, so would you? I don't understand. What would you consider that to be? Are they like? Is it considered to be glue book journals or what is that? Because it looks kind of fun, and I'm like, I might be interested in that. And I kind of feel like it's a little bit of Biddy Penny style too, and kind of Daya style. I mean, like everybody has their own way of doing things, right? But I was kind of intrigued watching her. April loves gnomes. Yeah, this is new news to us. Hi, Mo! Cookie Wookie. She's lurking as she washes dishes, but this just made me roar with laughter. Why is Juju questionable? I love her. She's so funny. I'm like, I like that she just tells it like it is. And I was like, I've got to figure out what she's doing and what it's considered. Like, is there a name for it? Hybrid glue book with painty collage. Okay, that would make sense. That's what I wondered because I don't think I've ever really seen a glue book, so I was kind of like, I wonder if that's really what it is, and I was intrigued. And she's so funny, and her stuff is kind of pretty cool, and she uses a lot of your stuff, Di. She was using your new pink kit that I did see. That is gorgeous, but it's so unlike you. I think it's funny every time I look at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she designed this because who would have thought? Di loves Juju. She will tell you she's not right. She's on most nights at 10. Yeah, I saw that. Which I'm usually like, I'm like up early in the mornings now. Partly because of Di. And, so, yeah. So I'm usually, by 10 o'clock, I'm really winding down. I would be falling asleep. And I want to see what's going on. I'm too nosy. I have to put stuff on TV that, like, is really boring. Because if not, it keeps me awake. I'm watching it. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, no, Dawn, you can put her channel in if you are there still. Or tell Nightbot to do it. I don't think that one's plugged into Nightbot, actually. But, oh, I will have to go back and watch the Cowboy Journal. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of y'all's stuff, actually, while I wasn't feeling well. I watched Karen's, her craft room tours, both of them. Because when I watched the new one, she was like, well, if you've seen the other one. And I'm like, no, I haven't seen the other one. I want to go back and watch it and look. So I was like, let's do that. So I watched that one too. You need to take a nap, then you're better prepared for Juju after dark. Okay, you're right. Hey, I'm getting good at naps. I'm getting pretty good at that. Let's just pull a bunch of random scraps and make a board. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at naps, that's for sure. I need to be able to do that to make it up that late at night. Thanks, Dawn. You got distracted again? You're not napping, but your roommate is distracting you. Every time you say that, I crack up. I'm like, it throws me sometimes. That's like earlier today when you asked me if something about Dusty, and I'm like, who is Dusty? And why was I supposed to paint it? And then I realized what you were talking about, and I was like, oh, yep. Nope, I haven't done it yet. It's all Juju's fault with whole darn stupid gnome thing. Oh, that's how it started? Oh, I love her that it started with her. Thank you, Juju. If you're ever watching this, or you guys can all pass it along when you see her. I'm so happy because it just makes my day. Because I love to tease Di about it, even if I get in trouble. Di, you're gonna end up loving gnomes by the end of it. You know this, right? We're just gonna get you to love them all. Carmen has thunderstorms again. Ugh, that's not fun. We had thunderstorms earlier. We've been having a lot of rain, just like everybody else. Rain, rain, go away. And it's, you open the door, it's like an oven. I'm like, I need to weed my garden, and I'm like, I can't get out there when it's that hot. It makes me crazy. Can't breathe. Yeah, it's been super hot here. I just don't even understand it. It was cold. It can't decide what it wants to do. It's bipolar like everybody else. The world's gone bipolar. Dawn. She said, yes, I heard that. Wait. I'm trying to keep up with chat in 2 different places. I'm not doing a very good job of that. That's for sure. Never did I lose everybody. I lost y'all. She asked me to make a gnome with abs because I made her Cowboys and Vikings. And when I tried to make another digital, those stupid gnomes kept turning up in the background. Oh my goodness. Well, I am so glad that she asked you to make her gnomes. Because it certainly keeps us all entertained. Even if it gets us in trouble. Sometimes, Dawn, when you sent me that picture the other night, I so did not feel good, but I literally almost fell out of my chair. I just knew it when I saw it. I was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna kill us both. Norma said she's probably got the same weather as me. Yeah, we do. I think it's similar weather, just at a little bit different times. But, oh my gosh, there's a fly that just flew through here. It evolved 2 half-naked firemen, cops, and cavemen. Oh, this is getting even more interesting. This is more interesting than the Chippendale. Even though she was so annoyed that I made her tell that story, that I wouldn't leave it alone. Yeah, hot and humid. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it has been like, ugh. Yuck. Yeah, I had to cancel the gnome that I was, the blow-up yard gnome that I was sending to to die because I just felt like she would probably kill me when it arrived. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Diane loved it. She slapped me virtual high five. No, she didn't love it. She slapped you across the face virtually. Oh my goodness. Die. Thunder down under. She said nag, nag, nag. Yeah, I have all these pictures in my head now of the whole thing, to be quite honest, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It makes me giggle though when I think about it. So, and you know, Di likes us to give her a hard time. Everybody needs to remember that.
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Uh-oh.
Could you clarify what you're asking about?
I'm not asking you anything, thanks.
All right. Have a good day.
I woke her up. She seemed irritated that I wasn't asking her anything, didn't she? She's got a bit of an attitude. Oh, that's so funny. Who was I listening to that was trying to get theirs to give them a number? I was listening to somebody, I don't remember who it was, and it just did not want to cooperate. Oh, it's Pam's birthday? You were just going to ask where's Karen. Karen's there. She just came from her own live. Now she's hanging out over here with us. She got here almost before I did. You were all on there. I was like, ooh, I better get my act together. And StreamYard, I don't know what is wrong with StreamYard. StreamYard, like, kicked me out. I can't get my camera to work with it for some reason. So I had to go back to using OBS. So there's that. But that's kind of irritating to me because I'm not exactly comfortable pulling guests over. She's eating. Aw, happy birthday. No, I'm not reading that. Die? Ay. You're too funny. Yeah, happy birthday, Miss Pam. I hope you have a wonderful year. Well, many years, not just a year, like hundreds of years. No, we don't all want to live that long. Aw. Teenage girls have attitudes. Yes, they do sometimes. Well, I'm pretty lucky. My soap is really good. And she's been sweet. And my kids have been so great. Like, while I've been sick, they've been making dinner and, bringing me water and stuff. I mean, they've been really good to me. And I'm really, really super lucky. And, but yeah, so I have no complaints as far as that goes, really. I just, kids can be kids sometimes. But I'm pretty lucky for the most part. Got pretty good kids. And even though I didn't feel good, I got to see my daughter Sadie. She came with her fiance. They came over Sunday because I'm trying to get rid of stuff, folks. I've been getting rid of furniture, and I'm trying to downsize a little bit. I'm trying to make more room for craft stuff, so I'm getting rid of house stuff. I actually did move, all my sewing machine and, my fabric, all that kind of stuff, into a space in the living room. I did do that because I'm like, I don't know. I don't mind it being in there. And that way I can do it at night when I need something to keep my hands busy. Pam gets to go home tomorrow. Yay! And Karen says they're human and totally allowed to have moments. Yeah, they are. They're loud. They're loud. And so am I. I have moments too. That's what I had to go apologize to Sophie, because it's like, look, I shouldn't have yelled. I just didn't feel great. But you know how that goes. How are we doing on time? Oh, not too bad, actually. I'm sorry this is so boring. I really was like, I don't know what I'm going to show y'all, so we'll just do this because it's mindless, and I just really wanted to talk and hang out with y'all. Dawn, you are so sweet. Thanks for doing that. For everybody. Yeah, everybody watch everybody and support everybody. Please. That's one of the things I love about our community is everybody is so supportive. You just really don't have to worry about it. And y'all definitely opened your thanks, Karen. You're so sweet. you opened your lives to me, and I appreciate that so much. And let me in, let me in your little crafty groups. Oh, so yeah. I mean, I just appreciate y'all. And I was like, when I actually, to be honest, when I went to come on tonight, because I still don't really feel that great, and I was like, I started seeing the chat fill up and y'all talking to each other, and it almost made me cry, to be quite honest. It's just one of those days. You know how sometimes you have one of those days where everything just makes you want to cry? And it's just one of those days, and I was just really touched about how sweet y'all are to each other and how you all show up for me. And even though I haven't been doing very good about showing up for you all this week, especially because, um, you know, I just haven't been very active and I haven't posted any videos. Oh, I do have a new Ko-Fi thing that'll drop tomorrow, but there'll be a video tomorrow about it, so I'm not really going to go into it today, but it's just a little extra thing. So if you're a member, you can go in and get it, and it was just something I needed, and so I created it for myself, and I thought, oh, well, if I'm going to create it, I'm just going to share it, so. Oh. Right? We learn a lot from each other. I learn a ton from you. Like, there's so much. I enjoy learning. That is one of my things. Like, I am definitely a lifelong learner. I didn't go to college until I was 40 because, I had a daughter at 17. And when you have a daughter at 17, you're lucky to finish high school. So, I didn't get to do that till much later in life. And I really enjoyed it, actually, because I was able to do it later in life. I think I might have appreciated it a bit more. Um, but I really do enjoy learning, and I love learning from all of you guys. And you all inspire me, and we laugh so much. Aw, Dawn, you're so sweet. Um, aw, y'all are you're the sweetest people I know, that's for sure. You definitely are. Whoops. And Di, are you still there? Did I see that the bottles that you had today stand up like these ones do? The ones that I said look like baby bottles? Well, okay, they don't. They look like doll baby bottles. You know those doll baby bottles that you used to like tip them and the milk would go away, and some of them had like orange juice in them? Norma said she loves it, learning from each other and then trying it herself. Aw, yeah. Me too. I like doing that too. Pam said she liked it better going back to college in her 30s. Yeah. Yeah, I think, when you're older, sometimes some things you just definitely do appreciate more, a little bit more. So, right, Karen from Baby Alive. That's what they look like. Because I think it's because they have purple tops to them. But I think they kind of stood up like this one does. And I thought that was clever. So I was wondering where it came from. She said, yep. Oh, yep, she's still here. Where did those glue bottles come from? Did they come from Amazon? I'm getting glue all over my fingers, and you know how I don't like that. Do we know where they came from? Di, I'm talking to you. My chat. Did my chat stop? No. It's crickets. Nobody knows where they came from. Anyways, they were pretty clever design. Wherever they came from. I got my granddaughter a Baby Alive when she was born. Well, I mean, she was like a year old or something, I think. When she was like a year old, she would play with that thing. It was funny. She's thinking. Really? From Timu? I'm shocked at that. I'm gonna have to try to locate that. Although I placed an order from Allie. We have, like, where I live, because I live, out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere. Um, there's like a river to, and so there's a bridge to get over the river, of course. And right now they're working on it because it was old and needs updated, and so it's closed while they work on it, and it's making things a little bit difficult to get things because it's closed. And I noticed that I had placed an Allie order, and normally it comes by like a carrier service, and I keep getting notifications that they can't deliver it. I'm like, it's gonna end up going back, but that's okay. It's never stuff that I can't live without, so I'm always like, and it was, I never spend a ton of money with them anyways. It's like the money I used to spend on cigarettes. Then I don't do that anymore. I gave up pop recently. I did do that. I've been doing, trying to exercise. Although Sophie laughs at me. She makes fun of me. But I'm trying to do my thing. Trying to get healthy. I figure I have a year and a half before my daughter gets married. So I want to be able to do all the things. Oh, it was from the cheap shop. Does that mean the dollar store? I never know what you mean when you say that. Somebody clarify for me. Mo, do you speak Thai? Don't give up. Oh, I'm not going to. I've been at it. I've been having my peanut butter and toast every morning for breakfast. Although to be honest, I've only been eating one piece of toast because I just have not really, felt up to it. So, but yeah. Dance, beat, and funnest exercise. Oh my gosh, I used to love to dance. Well, Dawn said she's got to get back to walking. Cheap shop, dollar store. Okay, dollar store. Got it. Thank you for that. I used to love to dance when I was younger. We would go dancing a lot. Well, especially when I lived in Texas, we would go dance. And that was like when line dancing was like at its, height. And it was really fun to do. And it was a great way to lose weight too, because you're just having fun. You're not really, that's what I need. I need exercise that doesn't feel like exercise. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm working. I just want to be having fun. Hi, Bitty Penny. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I think you sounded better today, this morning. I was trying to gauge when I got on there how you felt. Because yesterday I could definitely tell you did not feel well still. And you're still on there being a trooper, trying to entertain all of us. YouTube has Dancercise. I might have to check that out. I'm starting out slow. I'm starting out with the old lady exercises. Like the 10-minute things. And then we'll build up from there and see where we go. How am I doing with time? Oh, not too bad, actually. Not too bad. I am not doing really anything of much interest today, Bitty Penny. So hope you didn't come to be inspired, because it's not really going to happen. Ooh, I love this piece. We need to add that somewhere. Yeah, she sounded much better today. I felt like she seemed herself today, and I thought, oh, she must be feeling better. Because I did. You can kind of tell by how somebody sounds, how they are feeling, for sure. You can tell when they're blue. I could tell that Di was not in her comfort zone this morning. That's because she needed the gnome. Except she was ignoring all my gnome comments this morning too, by the way. She was not having it. I know she's gonna end up kicking me out one of these days. That's okay. I'm alright with that. Let's see if we can do an ice cream cone. That would make kind of a cute card. Let's see. We really should turn it over and just trace it blindly. Let's do that. We'll just trace it this way. Otherwise, I'm going to be too finicky about it. Should we do the... Yeah, let's do the swirl one. Do you guys like soft ice cream better or hard ice cream better? Recently, I usually order ice cream, especially during the summer because we like to have it. And, you know, Blue Bunny has a soft serve one now, so we tried that. But I was not a huge fan. It was not my thing, I don't think. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like getting Dairy Queen, you know what I mean? Mama Juju said soft. Aw, hi Mama Juju. She's feeling like Ariel today. I got my voice. Oh, good. I will not try to sing the ah. So I will spare you all. Right, say her name and she appears. Hey, Mama Juju, look. Look what I got. Just to hang out with me when Di's around. Do you just love it? Right, we were talking about you. I was asking questions because I have been watching you in replays. And I was asking questions about your style because I think it's pretty cool. I admire it. It's in the same way that I admire Biddy Penny's style and that kind of stuff too, because I don't know. I think, you know, the grass is always greener, right? Like, I think I've told Karen, and we've kind of talked about it, that that's part of my problem with watercolor is I have control issues. So and I have mess issues too. So sometimes that's hard for me. And so I really admire it when I watch people who are, you know, like more free with their art. Just said can't hold against her. She's not right. I can just hear you saying it now. That's one of the reasons I love it when people have channels that I can go, because then I can, when they're in chat, now I can hear them in my head. So I can totally hear you saying that in your head. In my head, not your head. Aw. I don't know that I have a style. But thanks, Biddy Penny. You need to draw on some abs. Yeah, I do think I need to. I was trying to figure out, do you think if I sprayed it, because it's so glossy, like, do you think if I sprayed it with matte spray that it would allow me to paint over it? Or maybe at least like Mod Podge over it or something? Because he's too boring. He needs to have definitely more color. I was just talking to my daughter about that earlier. I was like, because she FaceTimes me sometimes and she'll be, you know, walking around her place and we were talking about color and I said, you know, I love color and I like to, there's not a wall in my house that doesn't have color on it. Surprise. And I think it's because like I lived in apartments a lot, you know, growing up and like when I was older with my kids, and I hated not being able to like decorate, you know, the way I wanted to, because you always had to do whatever the landlord wanted. And I, you know, sometimes we would paint anyways and just not worry about it. But yeah, I like being able to have color. That's kind of goofy. I don't know what I think about this one. It's kind of silly. Look, this is cut off there. I don't know what I think about that. The ice cream cone might not be a winner. I'm not sure I'll use that one. Oh, wait. She's not helping me. Wait. What did she say? She's not going to help me paint. She's slapping people? Die, behave yourself. Oh, Bitty Penny's singing happy birthday to Pam. And Dawn's giving Die a high five. Okay, so, give the gnome to Juju's fat cat. The crazy thing is I think I have one similar to this, but it's a little bit bigger. That's actually out in my garden, but it's pink. It's hot pink. But it's the only gnome I own. But I was like, I'm not taking that one out of the garden. And then when Sophie and I were out, we found this one. And I've been telling her about the gnome story. So she was like, Mom, you gotta get it. And I was like, yeah, I think we've got to get it. Let's do something else. Oh, let's try the cupcake. Let's try the cupcake and see how that does. The butterfly looks cute. It turned out cute. I don't even mind the book, because I feel like you can put little page things in there. And I like the butterfly, and I like the kite too, see? The kite's not bad. It's just I'm not sure about the ice cream. Maybe we just need to go around it. Di, I want to show you what I made for your thing. Look. Fat Daddy would have that busted so fast, she said. Hi, Debbie. Look, Di, this was for your prompts. I didn't post it because it's put off a week, but look. I didn't have a piano scroll, so I had to make one. This was a tough one for me, to be quite honest. So I figured you could put this on the top of a journal, right? So it's a topper, kinda. And I made a homemade piano roll because I was like, I don't have one. And what were the other ones? Oh, feather. I stamped a feather on there. And face. I put the little girl with the face. And blue. And I think that was it. But I think I did it. But it actually was kind of fun. This is made from, like, I just put a straw, one of those paper straws in there. Kind of funny. But it was funny. It was fun to do. Because I looked at those prompts and I was like, no. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. But it was fun. And I did it. I also did that before, I would say. Aw, thanks, Di. I like doing the prompt thing. Anybody that's got prompts, give them my way. I think prompts are kind of my thing, to be honest. Because it seems like I like the watercolor prompts. I've been really having fun with those. I loved it when Bitty Penny and I made the prompts. I like to do things out of that. So maybe that's kind of more my style. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. Good. And you know, I think actually I had trouble because the holes in it really actually kind of should be different, or maybe a little bit smaller, but I didn't have a smaller hole bunch. And I was like, you know what, they'll get the idea of it. So, but if you had the crocodile thing, I think it has a smaller hole. And it might have because some of them I just actually had to bend the paper over like this and punch it that way. I was trying to be tricky. Di says she's not grown up. Okay, me neither then. I just want to have fun when I grow up. Yeah, me too. You know, that's what you know, when your kids are young and you're going to all these conferences and stuff for school, you know, with their teachers and stuff, and they're always, you know, like, well, tell me about your kid. What do you want to see happen for your child? What do you want them to be? And I'm like, you know what? I want them to be happy. That's the only thing I want them to be. I don't care if they're garbage man or the president of the United States, although I really hope they're not the president. But I'm like, they can be whatever they want, do whatever they want. I don't care. I just want them to be happy. And I think that's really all anybody really wants is just to be happy, right? I mean, but sometimes that's easier said than done. It looks like it was fun to do. It was. Carmen says she doesn't want to grow up. She's a Toys R Us kid. Our Toys R Us's are all gone. Debbie says she rebels against the restrictions of prompt art. I kind of think I like the challenge of it a little bit. We went to Quirky Bells for dinner. It was gross and greasy. Ooh, it sounds gross and greasy in a really good way. Does that make sense? Oh, we got some when we went to Menards the other day. Sophie and I Friday. We were running around and they have a new place in front, and I feel like it's some kind of chicken restaurant that's down south, but I had never seen it before, and I was like, it looks good though. It looks like a KFC, but I think it's called Bojangles, maybe. Does anybody know anything about that? Anyways, it looked like it might be good. This sign said something about biscuits, and I'm like, I'm in. I said to Sophie, we're gonna have to try that because I like biscuits. I know it's not on my diet, but that's okay. Where can we find prompts? Well, right. Dia's prompts do make you think outside the box, hence making your own piano scroll because I don't have one. Well, different, like Dia's channel, she does prompts usually on Wednesday morning, but it's very early. But you could go watch the replay and get them from there. I mean, I think a lot of channels have prompts. It's World Watercolor Month, and so there's prompts for that. And some of the prompts are like more restricting than others, and I will check because I've noticed that the one that I have has a lot more information on it than the one that Karen has because we got them from two different sources, although they're the same thing, but they're from different, because I got mine from Diane Anton Studio because she just had a little thing up there and you just scanned it and it pulled it right up. But hers, she doesn't just have the prompt, she's got a color and then she tells you how to explore it. But I have not really been paying any attention to this part of it. I've just been doing the prompts and then just doing whatever colors because I don't want to be that restricted either. And sometimes I don't have some of the colors. I'm like, I don't have that. I mean, if it's, I gotta look up what it is. Oh, it's kind of a yellow. All right, I'll use a kind of a yellow then. But yeah, a lot of channels do prompts. Oh, Karen said she doesn't print all that. Right, I wish I hadn't, because I'm not using it. I'm just using the prompts. I think that's just easier. But I do, and like Bitty Penny and I made our prompt boxes on the live. We did those. I love doing, this is what I did last week, and it was like way out of my comfort zone, and it turned out just fine. I was using watercolor and splattering and all kinds of things, and it turned out just fine. But yeah, I think it's, especially like if you're stuck, because I get in ruts sometimes. Becca's prompts are wild. Wait, who's Becca? Do I know Becca? I feel in love with those handmade colors. Yesterday, I put them on my wish list. Right, I know. I looked at them too. They are very pretty. Yeah, I did prompts last week. And yes, and Karen and Dawn both played along last week. They are very pretty, Bitty Penny. I must admit, they are very pretty colors. Because I even was like, I'm going to go check this store out. But then I saw them and I'm like, I was thinking today when you were talking, Karen, I'm like, I have like a handmade colored taste on a Crayola budget. she, Mama Judy says I do not playing with a full deck on Saturdays with Creative, NSNA, and Bonnie. Oh, really? I'll have to. Creating with Becca is doing 100 days of prompts? How do I not know this? Why has nobody told me about this? Kathy Berg does prompts every Tuesday morning. Oh, wait, I need to write all this down. Okay, wait. Where's the piece of paper when I need it? I have a whole craft room full of paper and no paper. Okay, so. Screaming, Karen. Screaming. Oh, so Mama Juju, you do it on Saturdays. Okay. Is Mama Juju. I love her name. Let's see, wait, there was somebody else. Create with Becca. And right, yeah, I get that. Biddy Penny is going to craft roulette. I always say that wrong. There was somebody else. Wait. How am I missing it? I'll have to go back through and look. I know there was somebody else. It was like Ellen or something. Oh, Kathy Berg. Okay. All right. She said sees handmade colors, but don't tell me anymore. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they were really pretty. That is for sure. Let me know when and what colors you get. Ooh, sounds like a color exchange might be going on there. The two of them together could be very dangerous, I have a feeling. It's so funny how you meet one person, they lead to another person, then they lead to another person, and another, and then your community that started out really, really small starts to get really, really big, and it's so fun. It's a lot of fun. People who do not know about us are missing out. And oh my gosh, if you missed Di's live this morning, you got to go back and watch it because she had a very interesting person come into the chat. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, she wished they came in tubes. Yeah. Oh, that's the only way you can share them, right? Is they come in tubes. Now what did I? Oh, look, I did get this. Do you see this? I found this at the thrift store. It's from C's Candies. I don't know. It says it's microwavable, but I thought it would make a really good palette. It's not very heavy, and it had an S and an S for Sophie and Sadie, my two of my girls. So I was like, 6 degrees concept. Oh, very good, very good. All right. Well, I'm going to let y'all go because I know there's other people coming on after me. And don't forget, yes, Di, you handled it excellent. Much better than I would have, actually. I would have just been like, you're gone. But, I don't know. I get it. It wasn't really what they were saying. It was how they came in. They came in like rough. Like, take me out to dinner first and schmooze me a little before you try to sell me something. I'm not that easy. Yeah, I might be old, but I'm not easy. Okay. Right, you gotta go catch it, Karen, because it was really good. But actually, Di comes on at 8 o'clock Eastern. So that's 7 o'clock Central, right, ladies? No. Yes. And so, Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I think that's 7 Central. Right. Um, but you'll have to, if you didn't catch it this morning, catch it later because she handled it like a lady, like a true lady. All right. I love you all. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. It has been so much fun. You have totally made my whole week as usual. And I will see you all around in the chats. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy. And we get to make really cool stuff. And we get to hang out with each other, which is the best part. So, I love you all. Later.